Growing up and even now, this with cheese and a box of orange juice has always been my go-to for lunch. This classic Jamaican combo is a delicious and convenient option, perfect for those days when you need something tasty and satisfying. Hey, I'm Nick and today we are making Jamaican Spice bun. Pretty simple and straightforward, so let's get right into it. For this recipe, I need a pound and 4 ounces of all-purpose flour. To that, I'm going to add 2.5 tablespoons of mixed spice. To make this mixed spice blend, I use 1 star anise, a teaspoon of cloves, and a teaspoon of dried pimento. I'm using a mortar and pestle, but a blender or coffee grinder would make short work of this. Next, run that through a strainer to get out the bigger bits. I'm adding about a tablespoon and a half of cinnamon powder. This spice blend gave me really delicious results, but you can play around with the amount or use different spices. I'm also going to grate in about a teaspoon of nutmeg. And that's it. Next, just mix that in to incorporate everything a bit. Jamaican spice bun, simply called bun, are popular during the Easter season. It evolved from the British hot cross bun, but was changed significantly to, reflect Jamaica's taste. It was adapted to include local spices and flavors. Time for the liquids, and I will also be weighing them. Weighing is more accurate. I need 3 ounces of water. I want some malta. Other malted beverages are great too. It adds a very nice caramel taste to the buns. I also need 3 ounces of this, Dragon Stout. This is one of my favorite alcoholic drinks. Other stouts are great too, Guinness for example. 3 ounces of this too for a total of 9 ounces of liquid, or a little over a cup. You could use either all stout or all malta if you don't want one or the other. I want a tablespoon of vanilla. 1 tablespoon molasses for moisture and sweetness. Someone told me to use a bit of oil so molasses doesn't get stuck to the container, but that doesn't work well in this case. How do you stop molasses from getting stuck? I also want a tablespoon of browning for deeper color. Caramel coloring is good too. The next ingredient I'm going to dissolve in the liquid. 6 ounce brown sugar. This helps to give the bun a chewy texture. Half tablespoon yeast. 2 tablespoons shortening. I've made spice bun without this. It actually had a better texture, so by all means skip it. And finally, half a teaspoon salt. Mix to dissolve everything. The shortening will not dissolve, but we don't need it to right now, so it's fine. Next, just combine the dry and wet ingredients we put together. You can also add dried fruits to the dough for a bit of visual appeal and extra flavor. There is a distinction to be made between regular spice bun and Easter bun. Even though they have very similar flavor, Easter bun is usually prepared in a loaf pan with a batter-like consistency and includes a lot of dried fruits. Easter bun is richer and more festive, often enjoyed as part of the Easter celebrations. Spice bun, on the other hand, is available year-round, typically less extravagant and not as rich in dried fruits. Both are also paired with cheese. This should still be sticky when you're done, closer to Play-Doh than anything else. A ton of kneading is not necessary. Just let it rest for 10 to 15 minutes so the dough can relax. As I mentioned before, this will be very sticky, so using flour on the work surface helps with handling. I'm going to knead the dough to get some structure, but be careful of kneading in too much flour. A good 3 minutes of gentle kneading is good. The next thing I'll do is portion out the buns, and for accuracy I'm going to use a kitchen scale. I'm simply finding the total weight of all the dough and dividing it by the amount of portions I want, in this case 6. Next, we shape each bun. It's similar to making a bread roll, just fold it over onto itself and ball it up. Use a bit of flour to keep the stickiness to a minimum. When making any kind of bread or bun, this is actually my favorite step. Something about shaping the dough feels really calming and satisfying. It also means I'm really close to testing whatever I'm making. I'm using a muffin pan to help the buns keep their shape. You could make them without it, but the dough has a high hydration and tends to flatten out a bit during proofing. I line this with a bit of grease paper. I use a cookie cutter that's a bit bigger than the top of the muffin pan. Before I place in the grease paper, I grease each pan with a bit of oil and brush it in. This is actually a non-stick muffin pan, but it's not uncommon to get disappointed by non-stick, so I add a bit of insurance. Just go ahead and pop each of those in. Some of the ingredients in the bun dough will slow down fermentation. For yeast though, this has a lot of sugar, which yeast love, but at this point it's diminishing returns. Also, stout has a good amount of alcohol, which also slows down the yeast activity. Because of this, my dough for spice buns usually takes an hour for the final proof, but you will still need to check it a few times to prevent overproofing. After that hour, all that's left is to glaze this and get it in the oven. To make this super delicious malty caramelly glaze, I'm going to reduce both the leftover stout and malta. It's important to not let this reduce too much because those nice nutty caramel flavors will turn bitter. Reducing by half is enough to get great flavors. It won't be a really thick glaze, but it won't be bitter either. I'm going to give this an initial glaze, but I'm also going to glaze this multiple times throughout baking to build up a sticky flavorful coating. Keeping this tacky helps with a good rise when they start to bake. Preheated oven at 300 degrees for about 20 minutes will do the trick. Glaze these after every 5 minutes or so. The glaze will build up and start to get sticky. Nice, these are done. After they cool, you can see how we did. These smell wow. Very soft despite being a bit dense. That is good. Very nicely balanced and nicely spiced. All that's missing now is a thick slice of Jamaican processed cheese and a box of OJ. Spice bun and avocado is another great combination. Spice bun and fried fish is a combination that people swear by. I tried it but never liked it. A big thanks goes out to my patrons. You can check the links in the description to support the channel. Watch this video here that YouTube thinks you will enjoy, and I will catch you in the next one.